Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Hannah. As always, be sure to click that subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up. I'm super excited to be back filming a video. It is a new year. Happy New Year's, you guys. I cannot believe it is 2024. A lot of exciting things have happened in my life recently, and a big goal of mine for this year is to really get back into YouTube, filming more sit-down videos, vlogging more. I really love it, but it does take a lot of time, and I just feel like this past year I was kind of focused on other avenues, but I do love YouTube. I love creating these videos, even if not a ton of people watch them. I love just having them for myself to look back on. So that is a really big goal of mine, and I'm excited to be back today filming a video for you guys. I am doing a Q&A. I posted a little question box on my Instagram story, and I got some really good questions. So I just sort of thought I would go through those for you guys and just share what's been going on. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so first question, and I feel like kind of the biggest thing that I wanted to update you guys on is what's been going on at work with your new role. So if you follow me on Instagram, and you should if you're not, I posted a few weeks ago that I took on a new role at work. Actually, last year in 2023, I got a new job with Alexis Bitar. He is a jewelry and handbag designer. It is an amazing brand to work for, and I've been super fortunate to work under him and just work with such an amazing team. And recently, they asked me to take over the role of production assistant. So I'm e-com assistant and production assistant, meaning I oversee kind of everything that we do marketing-wise in terms of emails, SMS messages, paid social ads, any new things that we integrate on our website, but then also assisting with all of our photo shoots. And if you know me, you know that this has kind of always been a dream role of mine. I love creating different like visual concepts, sort of being behind the camera, also in front of the camera. But it's really cool to actually work with Alexis more on the creative side to kind of see like how he visualizes all of these like creative concepts and like photo shoots and creating these really like thought out characters and storylines. And I have loved being a part of it. It has completely changed just my everyday mood. I feel like every day I wake up and I'm excited to go to work, truly. And I feel like that isn't a lie. And I feel super fortunate to be able to say that. The new role that I have too pays so much better than my previous job. And so I was able to quit my part-time jobs and really just focus on having one job now, which I think is such a game changer for me because I was really struggling a lot this time last year. I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep living in New York. I just feel like it really got to me and I felt super burnt out. And so I really wanted to focus on trying to find a new job in 2023. And I'm super glad that I was able to make that happen for myself. And I feel so fortunate that it worked out for me the way that I did. That's a little update, but work has been going extremely well and I just feel really grateful. Like I don't take it for granted at all. I think I just know what it took for me to get to this place, and I'm just really happy that I'm here. Okay, next question, and another little, I guess, life update that I haven't really talked about is, did you move apartments? So no, I didn't move apartments, but my roommate, Cara, who I lived with for 2 years, she's one of my really good friends from college, she did move out, and I had a new roommate move in. My new roommate's name is Suzanne. She's such a sweet girl. She also went to UGA and then actually sublet from one of our friends in the spring and lived in New York for about like a month to 6 weeks, and that's actually when we met. And when Cara told me she was moving out, I was really thinking of like who I would want to live with, and she's such an easygoing person and it's just extremely easy to get along with her, and I feel like our personalities really mesh well together as roommates, which I think is super important. And she moved in August. She was originally living in Atlanta, but then wanted to kind of make the move to New York more permanently, which was really exciting, and I'm really glad that it all worked out. She actually moved into my old room in the apartment, and I then moved into Cara's room, which is a little bit bigger. I have more space. I kind of got to redecorate some and just really make it my own, so I'm super happy that it worked out. Moving to New York is such a pain. It's so expensive, and I really like the location of my apartment. My office for my job now is in Brooklyn, and it's a pretty easy commute for me. So I love living in the Lower East Side, and I didn't really want to give up the apartment yet. Eventually, I would love to live alone, but I definitely think I need a few years to really save up before I'm able to make that happen for myself in New York. But overall, I'm really happy with my living situation now, and I love living in my new room. All right, next question is health update. I know last year you were struggling with some things, so yes, if you follow me on social media, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be, I posted, I wanna say in the spring of 2023, that I was really, really struggling with my body image and just some weight that I have gained, and just overall like feeling really uncomfortable in my body, feeling unhealthy, really unmotivated. And I also like physically was in a lot of pain from things that I was eating. Just my digestion was really bad, and overall it was really prohibiting me from literally wanting to do anything. I felt like I never really wanted to like get dressed up and go out with my friends, and I just felt so insecure. And we've all dealt with that, we've all been through that, but I think specifically for me, like working in fashion where it's kind of like all about like how you look, it's like that was really hard for me because I hated how I looked for a good bit of last year, and it took a lot of time and patience to really turn that around. It's still an ongoing process. I'm not gonna say that I'm like 100% happy with how I look, but I have managed to lose a little bit of weight. I feel just so much healthier. My digestion issues have really kind of subsided. I feel a lot more in control of kind of my body, what I'm eating, and I'm really being mindful in terms of kind of like when I'm eating, how much I'm eating, like what foods I'm pairing together. I was vegan for like 5 years, or I guess more so a pescatarian who was also dairy free, but I actually started working with a nutritionist last spring who really encouraged me to kind of revisit the idea of eating meat again, which I did. I now pretty much eat anything and everything that I want to, and it feels so nice and so liberating to not be so restrictive with myself. Again, it's ongoing. I'm not gonna say I don't feel like guilty or shame when I eat certain things, but I would say for the most part, I definitely have a much better relationship with my body in terms of how I look and also how I feel, which I think is the most important thing. All right, next question is dating life, question mark. It's pretty non-existent, I'm not gonna lie. Dating in New York is a whole different type of beast. I just feel like people are so focused on their careers in New York City that no one is really focused on settling down, and I feel like that's so different from what I'm used to like in the South. I feel like most people really focus on, you know, like settling down, like sort of building a family at a much younger age. I'm 25. I feel like probably people in New York don't really try and settle down until they're in their mid-30s or much later in their 20s at least. So it definitely is hard. I'm not gonna say that I don't get lonely sometimes, I do, but I feel like this year I felt such a shift in terms of just my relationship with dating and my perception of it. I used to feel so insecure by the fact that I was single, honestly. Like, I felt like that was such a negative thing for whatever reason, and now I feel so fulfilled in various other aspects of my life that I don't even really feel like there's this void that I need to fill with a partner, which I think is amazing. I feel so happy with my job, so much happier with my body, like my living situation, overall just life in New York in general. And I don't really feel like this push to find somebody to like make it all better for me, which is what I felt for so long. And I think that that's the most important thing, to feel more fulfilled with your life and with where you're at. And I don't want somebody to necessarily complete me now. I'm really kind of looking for that person that can complement the life that I've built for myself. And I think having that perception now is such an improvement for me, and it really just kind of speaks to the growth that I've experienced the last few years. I'm not gonna say that I'm perfect in terms of, you know, maybe who I choose to date or who I choose to spend my time with. I'm still learning my lessons there and trying to avoid red flags where I can, but overall I do just feel a lot happier with everything. And you know, I don't necessarily despise being single anymore. I'm having fun, and if a partner comes along that's a right fit for me, then I welcome him with open arms. Okay, another question that I got is favorite thing or things about living in New York City compared to ATL, or just about New York City in general. So I love living in New York City for my job. I love the opportunities that I've gotten work-wise in terms of a full-time job, but also in terms of just like content creation, the people that I've met, the brands that I've worked with, like everything is literally at your fingertips. You can walk down the street and find something, which I think is so amazing. Like you're never going to be, I guess, running low in terms of potential out there, which I definitely felt like I struggled with a lot when I was living in Charlotte. I loved living in Charlotte, for example. It was a great city, but I just felt like there wasn't really a lot for me to do there in terms of a career. So I love living in New York City because I never feel like I'm going to be stagnant. I feel like the growth potential is insane, and I feel like there's a lot of longevity there in terms of a career. And I feel like that is probably something that I love even more than Atlanta. I love that there are, you know, so many other 20-something-year-olds who are just so into fashion and just the way that people dress and like the creative force that you feel there. I hate to be this kind of person, but the energy, like it's a real thing and it really is unmatched. And I don't even like see something like that even remotely comparable to Atlanta. But I will say, day to day, I honestly may prefer living in Atlanta. Like I love when I'm home. I just feel so much more at peace. I love that there is always stuff to do in New York City, but I definitely am someone who gets anxious. I get overwhelmed. I love just being in Atlanta and having like a slightly slower pace of living. I'm definitely a homebody, and I love the potential of just having more space as well. Like last year, the space thing and just the amount of people, like all of it, just the noise, I just felt slightly claustrophobic, I think, living in New York City, and I was really ready to get out of there. Like I was very unhappy. I did not like my job, but I just feel like now, because I'm so much more fulfilled in what I'm doing every single day, like I see more purpose in being there, so I don't feel such a need to like flee or leave. Do I think it's gonna be a forever home for me? No, but I definitely do see myself now staying there for the foreseeable future. Then last question I'm gonna answer is goals for 2024. I think my goals right now are kind of a continuation of what I was doing last year. Like I want to continue working out. I joined a gym. I'm really focused on just kind of bettering like my body, my mental health, all of it. So I just think continuing to stay in a routine of working out, you know, 3 to 4 times a week, eating healthy. I'm continuing to work with my nutritionist and kind of figuring out how that looks for me. So I want to continue doing that and maybe even dive further into that this year. I also would love to just honestly try and be more present. I'm so bad about constantly being on my phone. I really want to try and limit my screen time a little bit more, just be present more with my friends and my family. It's so hard for me. I don't know why. Like, I think it's just, I'm always thinking about like content, work, like, you know, doing this next. I feel like I never stop, but I think that this year I really just want to try and take more of a break, take more of a pause, like look around me, look at the people that I'm with, and just really start to appreciate that even more. All right, well, I really hope that you guys liked this video. I loved filming it. It just felt so good to kind of sit down, talk to you guys more, answer some questions. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I have a lot of more ideas in terms of videos that I want to film for this year, some exciting vlogs coming up because I have some very exciting events. Like, you guys are gonna freak out when I post about this brand deal that is going to be announced in a few weeks in January, and I'm just really honestly proud of some things that I've accomplished and that I'm going to continue to accomplish, and I want to share that with you guys even more. So be sure to subscribe, follow me on socials. They're all linked down below in the description box. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and watching this video, and I will see you guys again next time.